Hey everybody, just wanted to check in. I wanted to see how everybody was doing, see how everything is going. Do have some news. We only have 9 cases. I don't know if these people have recovered or if they have indeed passed away. Right now, we don't know. Looked on the website and it said that there was only 9 cases from 11 to 9. From the 11 cases, there was only 9 cases left in Coffee County. It has jumped up in Ware County. They have some people that has passed away in Tift County, and I want to say Ware County. I'm not for sure. Besides that, I want to talk to you about a situation that I had heard. Not only did I hear, I know it sounds kind of sneaky, kind of conniving and stuff like that, but I heard it with my own ears. First of all, I want to thank everybody in Coffee County that has pulled together in this time. Uh, I mean, all the way down to the grocery stores, um, all the way to the pharmacies, to oh my God, I mean even the pawn shops here in Douglas have been so understanding and have been so kind and so grateful to its customers that it almost brings me into tears. I'm not joking and I'm not lying. I would like to shout out to Lending Bear in Douglas. Uh, One of my friends up there, um, when, that is a customer that has fallen on hard times and had to put one of their possessions in the pawn shop. I'm not going to call their name because I mean they're embarrassed about it. Um, all the way up to Verizon Wireless. Verizon Wireless has truly backed up its word. Uh, I recant everything that I said about Verizon. I apologize um, if I have said anything bad about Verizon. Um, People that are on prepaid cell phone services, um, they are giving you a free month. It is official. Call in if you have prepaid. Call in. Talk to them. Let them know your situation because of Corona. They will give you a free month. Call them. Talk to them. For the ones that can pay, please continue to pay. It's not cheap, to give free services. Let's not abuse this now. I know some people will abuse it, and on a part of them, I apologize. If somebody from Verizon sees this, I apologize for those people. The people that are working that could afford to pay still need to pay, their bills. The people that are not working, that cannot work because of the coronavirus, call them. They are so understanding. They will work with you. I promise you, they will work with you. Now, getting back to uh, the ones in Douglas that will not work with you, they do not care if, uh, even if you have the coronavirus, they don't care. They want to come to your house and they want to pick up your stuff. If you cannot pay, uh, one of them is Friendly Rentals. Um, that's been about the only one um, that I've heard about. There is Another one, Rent-A-Center. They have been not wanting to work with their customers. They are giving a little bit, but they are not wanting to work with their customers. But the main one that I have heard about, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, I've heard about this multiple times, is Friendly Rentals. And they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of what they are doing to their customers at this time. I understand that people will take advantage. I understand that, people make excuses. I know that they got to live. Just to let everybody know, Friendly Rentals has sold out to another man. The new owner, I think his name is Craig. Not talking about him, but I don't think Craig knows the full situation of his customers before he starts calling people and makes judgments on them. One really close friend called me and told me, hey, I just want you to listen to this. I cannot believe it. It blows my mind. And so I did. And what we did is totally legal. She basically, or he, she or he, basically gave me permission to listen. By the state of Georgia standards, you can listen to a conversation, you can record it. It is totally legal in the state of Georgia. So she recorded the conversation that they had, and she forwarded it to me. Y'all thought I was going to listen while she was actually on the phone? Not a bad idea. 3-way calling. Anyway, that didn't happen. She recorded it, or he. Let me say he recorded it. Anyway, or just they. They recorded it, sent it to me. I listened to it. Now, because of their sitting there saying, calling names, stuff like that, I will not be uploading it. I'm going to take and edit the names out, the addresses and stuff like that. This dude named Craig, this new owner, has really got a smart mouth, a really smart mouth. Basically, this is how the conversation goes with the new owner of Friendly Rentals named Craig. They're talking. All of a sudden, he sits there and goes, well, I need something. If you could bring me something, 1 or 2 payments on the 2 items that you have, I'll work with you. You're right now. You're I think it was like a month due, and I got to thinking, only a month, and you're wanting them to pay a payment or 2 on only 1 month. It only just, it's only been 4 or 5 days past due. I could see it if it was a month past due, But anyway, 2 items had come due that they got. And so this new dude sits there and goes, if you could pay me, basically, pay me a month, and then pay me pay me a month in advance, I'll work with you. Well, naturally, you'll work with them. I mean, they're paying it up for a month. I mean, that don't even make sense, you know. Naturally, you'll work with them. You shouldn't be calling them. It's paid up for a whole month in advance. So anyway, keep talking, and they sit there and go, well, you know, we're out of work right now because of the coronavirus. The boss that I work for can't do the 6 feet apart thing, so he shut us all down. We're not working. They work in medical, like home care, so they stopped all of that. They're not doing it. So anyway, Mr. Craig sits there and goes, well, okay, all right, yep, okay. Well, let me tell you this. I'm having to stay open. I know other businesses that's closed, but I'm having to stay open. And I've talked to my people, and they won't work for free. Get me a payment up here. Get me 2 payments up here by the end of the day, or first thing in the morning, we're going to have to come and get your refrigerator and your stove. Yeah. That was it. I mean, this dude's compassion went out the window really quick when they took and told him that they basically didn't have the money, you know. I mean, is that his only refrigerator he has to sell? Is that his only stove he's got to sell? He's talking about taking away somebody's refrigerator, somebody's stove that they cook with. I could see if it was a TV. I could see it if it was a couch. I could see it if it was PlayStations, Xbox. They rent and lease stuff like that. Well, at least sell stuff like that. I'm gonna sit there and go, well, you know what? Yeah, go get it. They don't need that no way. But their refrigerator and their stove, really? So anyway, they sit there and take and tell him, well, you know, I got to feed my kids, you know. I got to take and feed them, you know. I need my refrigerator. I need my stove. And this dude fires right back. I mean, right back. He sits there and goes, well, maybe you should get a payment up here then. Come on. Come on. Have some compassion. I could see if they was a month, 2 months behind. I could see if they was like that. I would take and tell Mr. Craig, no offense, I'm not trying to, you know, talk crap about your business. I've done business with Friendly Rentals back when what's his name owned it. I can't think of his name now. Anyway, he used to lease an apartment from my mom and daddy. He's got more compassion. Patrick has got more compassion than this dude. I mean, Patrick will work with you. He'll you know, yeah, he'll come and pick up your stuff, but that's when all options have been, you know, tossed out the window. And Michelle is another one, a sweetheart of a woman. Will work with you as much as she can, you know, go the extra mile. But this new dude named Craig is is a jerk. I'm sorry. He's a jerk. I mean, you don't just come into a small town and start trying to boss everybody around. I don't know if he was born and raised here or not. If he was, then he knows better. If he don't, he'll learn quick. You know. So happy to have this back, y'all. So happy. You know, at this time of crisis, I get Verizon is a big chain. I get Walmart is too. But if these mom and pop, you know, little drugstores can have compassion and work with people, they're just like Friendly Rentals. They're you know, they are a little tiny place, and they depend on their customers. That's how they make their living. If they can have compassion, why can't you, Craig? And I hope you watch this. I really do. Because it's wrong how you're doing your customers. It's not right. And to be honest, if you continue to operate the way you're operating, you won't have customers very long. This is a town where mostly people know everybody, and word gets around. You tick off the wrong one, they're going to run and tell everybody they know, hey, don't go to Friendly Rentals. And I'm not doing that. I want you to know, it may seem like it, but I'm actually not. You know, I'm not telling people, hey, let's boycott Friendly Rentals. Let's boycott Craig. All I'm saying is have some compassion, dude. You know, I could see if they was a month, 2 months behind. You know, they're only 4 days past due. 4. And you're wanting the month that they owe now. And you're wanting basically a month in advance. And don't sit here and comment back and say it's not true, because I'm putting the audio to this online sometime today. You can come back and revisit it and listen to it. I mean, have some compassion, my friend. You know, I understand you just bought this place. I understand that you may be low on funds. I understand how small business is. I started out small. I started out with one truck and one driver, and that was my dad. You know, and it took a lot of hard work for all three of us, me, my wife, and him, to build it up to where it is today. I know how it is. It takes a lot of hard work, but I will give you some advice. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Meaning, don't tick off the very, I'm saying very, the very source that puts food on your table, that pays your bills, and that is your customer. Your customers pay for you to be where you're at today. Don't forget it. Without your customers, you wouldn't last 2 days, my friend. You would have to shut the doors. So, show some compassion. I could have seen, you know, hey, if you could get me a half a payment, I'll work with you. You know, bring me what you can. You know, if you could bring me half, fine. You know, if you could bring a little bit more than half, even better. But telling somebody, bring me a month and a month in advance and I'll work with you, you shouldn't have to work with them. They paid it up for a month. That's not working with somebody. And then threatening to take their refrigerator and their stove. I mean, that blows my mind. Away from them, knowing that they got children. I mean, and I know for a fact, these are some, I don't want to be stuck up sitting there and go, well, they're rich people. No, they just fell on hard times because of the coronavirus. I don't want to say that. But these people are known in the community. You know, they're good, decent people that have been, like everybody else, bombarded by this coronavirus. You know, not saying you show compassion for every big shot that's got a little bit of money. You know, no, be compassionate to everybody. I know for a fact you got a lot of single moms up there that is your customers. A lot of single dads. Good, hard-working people that have been bombarded by this. Give them a break, dude. Work with them. I work with people every day. I got people that owes me a whole lot more than a refrigerator and a stove, my friend. A whole lot more. I got people that owe me probably close to $30,000 to $40,000. They pay me because of this now. They pay me what they can when they can. It don't mean that I forgot about it. It don't mean that I'm letting them get away with it. I'm having compassion and I understand. And that's what you need to do. I'm going to stop with that because I'm not going to lie, I'm actually getting mad and I'm actually getting ticked off, and I don't want to say something that I would regret later. So I'm going to end that with that. Friendly Rentals, new owner Craig, have some compassion. Show some compassion for your customers. That's it. Bottom line. Anyway, y'all, if I hear anything else about this coronavirus, if I find out that we have lost 2 people in Coffee County over this virus, all I know is we did have 11 cases. We only have 9. Not saying somebody has died or 2 people have died. I don't know. I have not heard that. So, with that being said, still pray for our people in our community that are struggling. Pray for them. They are people struggling because of this epidemic. Pray for our nation. Pray for our leaders. Pray for my family. I'm praying for yours. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit notifications. As soon as I hear it, I'll be on here letting you know. I want you to know, got the dump truck back from the driver that was driving it, that quit. He did end up quitting. He found something better that, around, that paid more, gave him better benefits. I cannot blame him. He's got a young child now, so I hope the best for him, and I want him to know that he can come back to work with me anytime. There'll always be either a dump truck or an over-the-road truck for him anytime he gets ready. There was some issues with the dump truck, though. And he told me about it. When I went to pick it up, it was flashing some lights, some warning lights. I got to put a sensor, or had to put a sensor on the water reservoir. It went out, and it was constantly flashing low water, check engine, stop engine, so can't have that. Other than that, it's running great. I got to haul 1 load of asphalt with it. It was strange letting that body up, letting that dump hook it up, but I haven't done that in a very long time, so it's in the shop right now, getting it tweaked, getting the pull power seen about, because it's kind of sluggish on takeoff and in top gear, which it is a Peterbilt. It's got a pretty big cat in it. It's got a 500 cat C15 500 cat with an 18 speed. I know it did have a sleeper on it. We took it off, put a dump body on it. Everybody told me, oh, you messed that beautiful truck up, oh my God. But what people don't know is that truck, I got it at a basically the junkyard is where I got it from. The sleeper, I had to put a new sleeper on it and do some stuff like that, and the insurance, because it had a salvage title, didn't really want me to go over the road with it. Not saying that the truck wasn't road worthy, it was. I mean, this truck was a Cadillac. But as soon as I put the dump body on it, let them know that it was just going to run state of Georgia, insurance prices come down and everything was good. So that's why I done that. That being said, excuse me. With that being said, I'm going to go get this uploaded. Like I said, I'm not telling people, I want to make this clear, I'm not telling people to boycott Friendly Rentals. I'm just, I wish people in Coffee County would pull together like everybody else is doing. Show some compassion. This is a time to help one another, not beat one another down. That's all I'm getting at. You know, this is a time to help people, help one another. This is what communities are about, helping one another through struggles. And we're all struggling. I'm struggling, you know, but I still have compassion, you know, for my neighbor and my friends and my community, you know. With that being said, love y'all. Y'all stay safe, and we will talk to y'all later.